I don't believe the Buffalo Bills have a chance in hell of beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship. They are not playing the same team that they beat in the regular season. Kansas City is a way better team in the postseason than what they are in the regular season. We've seen it during their last two Super Bowl runs. They struggled in the regular season. They barely find ways to seek out W's, and yet they always find a way to flip the switch and play their best football in the playoffs. The way their defensive line played against the Houston Texans was outstanding. The Buffalo Bills have had the best offensive line in the NFL for the entirety of this season, but they don't have anybody who's going to be able to slow down Chris Jones. And Josh Allen against the Baltimore Ravens, he didn't look that impressive. He didn't look like the better quarterback in that game. I would say that he did get outplayed by Lamar, even though his team won the game. The Ravens kind of felt Lamar when you want to look at it in a different perspective, but we're just being honest about it. But Josh Allen, though, he got here because the Buffalo Bills, when they played Kansas City last time, he was able to come through in the fourth quarter on that fourth down touchdown run. But can he do the same thing again in the playoffs when it matters the most with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? I just don't think he can, because nobody has been able to. The Kansas City Chiefs right now, the run they are on is exactly equivalent to Michael Jordan's 90s Bulls run when the Bulls three-peated two different times. Patrick Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of the NFL. Nobody can find a way to stop him. He's been to the AFC Championship every single year. He's been the starting quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you not know how insane that is? That means that a disappointing season for Kansas City under the Reid Mahomes regime is losing in an AFC Conference Championship. They've came one game shy every year he's been the starting quarterback. And Josh Allen and the Bills, just based off what they've done in the past, what makes this team any different this season than what they've been in the playoffs the last couple of years? I don't see that big of a difference. Yeah, you're less talented. You still got the same quarterback, the same head coach. I just don't believe that the Buffalo Bills, when it comes down to it, have what it takes to beat Kansas City. There is a reason why this team is on the brink of being able to accomplish that no other franchise in the history of this league that's been around for so many years has been able to do. And that's three-peat. They just know what it takes to win, and they have the refs on their side. Come on now. How do you expect to be an already great team with the 12th man and the referees? The Buffalo Bills are going to have to just absolutely obliterate Kansas City, because if this is a close game, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win. They just have a special magic about themselves. They just have the true heart of a champion. And the Buffalo Bills, they really aren't that different from what they've been in years past. They've always had great defenses, and they've always came up short in the playoffs with them because they don't execute when it matters the most. I don't care what they did in the regular season. The Buffalo Bills, even though they have had success against the Chiefs in the regular season in the past, where has that gotten them in the playoffs when they played this team? Nowhere. The Buffalo Bills have shown that every time they play Kansas City when it matters the most in the playoffs, they always are going to find a way to lose. And I do not see that changing. Kansas City, with what they have offensively now, with DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, you got Travis Kelce saving his best for last like always. They are a better team than the Buffalo Bills. This is not even the best Bills team that has made it this far in the postseason. They have had way better teams. You know, the first time they played Kansas City, that year's Buffalo's team was better than this one. I just can't see the Buffalo Bills being able to get over the hump this year. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to three-peat. There is nobody in the league that is going to be able to stop this team just because nobody knows how to win against Kansas City. Nobody has a Patrick Mahomes that when you know the game is on the line and you put the ball in his hands, you know he's always going to call game. Always. This is the Michael Jordan of the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs right now are the new 90s Michael Jordan's Bulls. The only way you're going to stop this team is if Patrick Mahomes retires and he wants to do something else or he wants to take a break. Nobody has what it takes to beat this team. There are only two quarterbacks who have ever beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, and that's been Tom Brady and that's been Joe Burrow. He got lucky once. That's about it. Because when they rematched in the AFC Championship the following season, the Cincinnati Bengals lost. You know, very rarely do you see Joe Burrow come up short in the playoffs unless he's going up against Patrick Mahomes. Same thing with Josh Allen. He always loses to Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson lost to Patrick Mahomes last year. You just have a hard time finding a way to beat a quarterback that just knows how to get it done when you put the ball in his hands. And unless you're able to blow out Kansas City, you have no shot in this game. Kansas City's going to the Super Bowl, and they're going to three-peat.